What if I told you that some places on this earth are so terrifying that even scientists refuse to enter them at night? These are not fairy tales. These are not movies. These are real locations with real documented paranormal activity. Today, we explore the most haunted places on Earth. Stay till the end, because the last one will change how you sleep forever. Poveglia Island, Italy. Located in the Venice Lagoon in Italy, lies an island that has been banned from public access. Its name is Poveglia, and its history is soaked in blood. During the Black Plague in the 1300s, over 160,000 people were brought to this island and left to die. Their bodies were burned in massive pits, layer after layer of ash and bones. Scientists estimate that 50% of the soil on this island is made of human remains. But that's not the worst part. In 1922, a psychiatric hospital was built on this island. Patients reported seeing the ghosts of plague victims. They screamed every night.
The doctor who ran the hospital began performing brutal experiments on patients until one day he jumped from the bell tower. Was he pushed? The Italian government sealed the island in 1968. To this day, no one is allowed to go there.
But the story of this island doesn't end there. Let me tell you, where did this island even come from? The year was 421 AD. Wars were raging across mainland Italy. People were fleeing barbarian invasions, and they found this small island through the waterways of Venice. They built homes, they planted crops, they raised family, they caught fish, they traded goods. This was a peaceful, living community. No one ever thought that one day they would be forced to leave. Then came war. The year 1379. Venice was at war with Genoa. The Venetian government issued one or all residents must abandon this island. This is our military. You must go. People left. They left their homes, their gardens, their memories. They left and never came back. 200 years later, the island was completely empty. Not a single soul, not a single apple, just wind and sea.
Venice was the largest trading port in the world at that time. With every ship came commerce, and with every ship came disease. The year 1793. 2 foreign ships arrived at the port of Venice. They were inspected. Plague was found on board. Venice's other 2 quarantine islands, Lazaretto Nuovo and Lazaretto Vecchio, were both full. There was nowhere, so the government pointed to Poveglia. The sick were brought here, alive or half dead. It didn't matter. They were loaded onto boats, dumped here, and then the boats would. No one ever came back. Then Napoleon's empire arrived. He too used this island to store weapons and gunpowder. Napoleon's soldiers demolished the 12th century church of San Vitale. The building was torn down. Only that tall bell tower remained standing. The same bell tower that would later become a doctor's final moment. The year 1814, the quarantine was closed, but the island never returned to the people. The year 1868, Venice finally made a decision. This island would serve no one anymore. They abandoned it. The ashes of burned bodies, the remnants of plague, the screams of those no one had listened to. Then, the year 1922, the Ministry of Health made a decision. These old ruined buildings would become a
hospital for the mentally ill. It seemed like a good idea. The city would be cleaned up, the patients would be kept away. But this hospital was not a place of healing. Patients were brought here, many of them simply people who had complained to a doctor, or the homeless, or those their own families didn't want. And there, far from the eyes of the world, in the middle of the sea, anything was possible. Lobotomies were performed, brain surgeries with crude wood-like tools. Patients were left alone in dark, locked rooms. No one heard them, no one saw. Patients said they could see the ghosts of plague victims. Night after night, they screamed. The doctors said, this is mental illness. But was if you yourself slept on the soil of thousands of dead, you would lose your mind too. In 2014, the Italian government tried to auction the island off for a 99-year lease. Perhaps a hotel would be built, perhaps a resort, perhaps a horror attraction for tourists. No one to watch. Because the soil of this island, human bones still rise from the ground to this day. Fishermen abandon these waters.
But in 2025, something else happened. A group of 4,500 ordinary Venetian residents called Poveglia per tutti, meaning Poveglia for everyone, fought a legal battle for years. They said, this island will not become a commercial hotel. This is the soil of our ancestors. The government finally gave in. A 6-year lease was granted to them. Their plan? trees will be planted. Paths will be built. The residents of Venice will be allowed in. Only then. Tourists are banned.